Well, crap, I was gonna start talking. Okay, just getting out of the doctor's office. I'm RTFD. Return to full duty. So that's pretty good. And get away from the checkpoint. Sick of that. And plus I got it done before I have to do any requals down in bags, so that's always a good thing. So y'all couldn't believe that? You couldn't believe that video, could you? Yeah, that's why I didn't buy my KLR there. Yeah. But for equipment, it's pretty much where I have to go because nobody else really stocks anything unless I go online. And a lot of things I don't like to buy online, like boots, because I want to try them on before. Boots and gloves, jackets and pants, because there's so many different manufacturers out there that they're made in different countries, so the sizes are naturally different. So that's the deal on that. But as far as buying a vehicle from them, it'll never happen. And all the salesmen in there are kids, so. And I'm sure they really don't give a damn. Yeah, when I bought my KLR, I went down and talked to them. They just said freight and assembly. I said, well, I'm not paying that. Well, what do you mean by that? I said, I'm not buying it here. So I called the dealer out in Avoca, Iowa. Yeah, I went 40 miles out and bought it out there. I only took the bike back out there once, and that was for some recalls. And they did all my recalls while I waited. And I actually got to go out and hang out in the shop while the guy was doing it, so it's really cool. It's a mom and pop shop, yeah. Yeah. And he didn't charge me, actually I called him up and I said, here's the deal, this is what I want. He said, what color you want? And at the time I wanted a red one. And he said, okay, I'll order it. I said, you want some money down? No, that's fine. I'm like, all right, cool. So in the meantime, I was looking at I took the pictures off Kawasaki's website of the 2009s, and I put them up as screensaver. And that was before I started vlogging and stuff, so I'd sit in the chair and I'd be watching TV and screensaver would pop up and it'd start flipping through them all. And I decided I liked the blue one better. So, and I don't know, a month and a half later, it was in November, because I picked up the bike on, is it November 23rd, I think? So he called me up and he says, I got your bike in. And he says, no, let me clarify that. I got a bike in. I said, okay, what? He said, it's blue. I said, you know what? That's even better, because, and I told him the same story I just got done telling. And I said, I want the blue one anyway. He says, okay, give me 2 days, I'll have it done. I said, well, I want to come out and, I'm going to come out probably and take some pictures of it and stuff. Oh, okay, that's fine, sure. So I went out thinking, all right, I'd get some pictures of it in the crate, and then I'd find out, I think I needed one more day, and then I'd be on a 3-day weekend at that juncture when that went down. And when I got out there, they had just taken it out of the crate and just stood her up. There was no front fender. Hadn't even hooked up the battery or anything. Put the handlebars on it. I don't know what they look like when they come in a crate, so I'm just assuming all that stuff was disconnected. I have to look at that picture. I can't remember if the mirrors were on there or not. Yeah, there was still plastic on the seat. And the mechanic looked at me and he said, when you picking it up? I said, I don't know, whenever you get done. He said, I'll have it done tomorrow. I said, you want me to come out and help you out? No, I got it. And that was the only bike he had to assemble. And it was November, so they were working on snow blowers more than bikes, you know. So then I called out there the next day and he said, come out about 2 o'clock. So I hooked up the trailer to the truck because I didn't have any other way to get out there. And trailered the Goat home.